Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Honish, Andrew Lafshay, Miguel Antonio Barragan. How you guys all doing? Glad you can join us. A little Dirks Bentley to get the mood going. A little drunk on the plane on a Thursday. That's my story. I'm getting drunk on a plane. You guys are not country fans. It's kind of a bummer, I got to be perfectly honest. This show is about boxing. I am joined by two people who actually work real day jobs, unlike me, where I can sit here and plan a show yesterday, Sunday, and today. They were all three different shows, and to tell you, the Sunday show was probably the funniest. Yesterday's show was moderately funny. Today I'm down to one joke. I'm hanging this whole show on one Bob Arum appearance and one fucking joke and two sound effects. So when it happens, everyone listening, you make it work, because that's all I got. Andrew, tell me about bowling last night.
I did good. She won 2 out of 3 games, though, with the handicap.
So you didn't get it all for the nookie?
Well, yeah.
I think they call that a pity F.
Not the way with it, keeping it PG, Lee, please.
Yeah, I said pity F.
Not the way that it went, that I said it was gonna go down. It only happens if I win.
You're in trouble the minute you said what you just said.
No.
Like that's gonna leak back through the channel. Andrew,
no,
okay, wait, I don't want it to be known.
For the boys.
Andrew
for the
enjoys
boys.
having sex with his wife. I know that's shocking for everybody in the boxing community.
It's for the kids, buddy. The kids. I don't want my kids.
What is this show for?
Oh, they will one day. Oh, believe me.
No, I told my daughter she has to wait till I'm dead.
Do you like burn the episodes after they're done?
No. Yeah. No, and God knows I should go back through and pull out the entire year of Drunk and make it like a disc that you can only buy on the website for $100.
Oh, Jesus.
The Drunk, I can tell you the exact beginning of the Drunk years and the exact end of the Drunk years. And we could probably compile that 50, it's probably like 50 episodes into one disc, highlighted personally by Andrew and I both being drunk and watching Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz and doing a show right after that was probably the most violent yell fest between two human beings. It was drunk guys in a bar talking about a fight and yelling about it. That's the only one I remember, by the way, Andrew. That's the only one.
I did throw my first 200 last night, though.
What?
So that, yeah.
So I found out about candlestick bowling last night. I told Killian, who was supposed to be on the show yesterday and Sunday, but not today, because he was with me at the fight on Friday. He goes, well, do you know about like candlestick boxing? In his Boston accent. Hey, you ever hear about bowling in Boston? I'm like, no, it's like 10 pins and you roll a ball and you hit it. He goes, not in Boston. I'm like, what, do you use cannonballs? And he literally goes, yeah, we use cannonballs. I go, you're kidding me. So he puts it on YouTube, right? And they're little like skee ball balls that they call, I shit you not. That's what they call them. And they hit 10 things that look like pieces of lumber at the end of, and you get 3 balls to knock them down. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And apparently this is how they bowl in Boston, leading me to the final answer to the question, which is people in Boston and Bostonians are dumber than Polish people in Chicago. I said it. Send your letters to our sensitivity expert, Miguel Antonio Barragan. But congratulations on your 200. I don't think I've ever bowled at 200. I'm not even sure I bowled. I'm sure I bowled. I'm sure I did. We did it in high school, right? That's what you do when you ditch, I think. I'm old. God damn, I'm old. We're also joined by Miguel Antonio Barragan, who I think was doing a drug deal the other night based on the insane texting that went on for 3 hours that Andrew and I interpreted one way. Andrew's like, no, I think he means this. And I'm like, I don't know, but I can only do an hour at this point. And so this went on for 3 straight hours, to which Miguel responds, I'm in a car. I can't talk. Yeah. Who says that? Okay. So explain to me what you were robbing or you were muling for everybody in Fight Net Radio Land so that they couldn't have a show on a typical Wednesday. So if you don't know this, we try Sunday. Sometimes we carry to Monday, and at the latest we do Wednesday. Doing a Thursday show is just fucking unheard of. So, which I tried to talk him out of, by the way, everybody out there. I tried. Andrew was just, we're doing the show. So who am I? Miguel, what were you doing last night?
Well, I wish I had an entertaining story for you. I don't, but for the sake of this show, yes, I was smuggling some drugs. I put them in the seat cushion of my truck, and I was being followed by cops, so I couldn't pick up the phone and answer to make this as entertaining as possible. That's what actually happened.
I feel like I should have had the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, that would have been
for
perfect.
That moment. Hold on. Hold on. Keep telling the story. Hold on.
Oh,
give me a chance.
Yeah. And then I didn't turn on my.
Did you jump the bridge?
I did. Yes.
What about I don't know.
I had my friends in the bed of the truck, and they were just like, "Go, keep going, don't stop."
Don't stop.
And I ran through a fence in some open field, and I didn't stop until I ran out of gas.
Hold on, wait for it. God damn, that's a long clip to get to what I'm after. Okay, well, the sound effects actually worked. It's not what I was after. I wanted the horn because it was really racist horn. Damn it. Damn you. There we go. And I wouldn't qualify this moment as a joke, all right? Okay. And again, I'm going back to this, the joke that I wrote today. So for people who don't let me explain the format for you new listeners, especially with our new media kit coming out and, us being at more high-profile events and actually being invited back into boxing again. Here's how the show works. Andrew and Miguel don't know what I'm about to tell them at all. I select a bunch of stories based on my personality. I try to think of things that are funny about these stories. And I'm telling you, as you look at the top of the screen, there aren't a lot of funny stories this week. There's one that's a funny story. For that one, I have Big Bob, our resident, Big Bob, top rank Bob, as we refer to him, which is a horrible impersonation of Bob Aaron, but I do it with the most loving affection, considering that our Bob actually fought against the British in in the 1700s, which is kind of exciting that Bob is actually that old and still promoting. And if you saw Bob last week, that's about how old Bob is, and it's just kind of a loving tribute. So nothing is done to be mean unless we clearly point out that it's done to be mean. We haven't really done a reset in a while. So let me give you guys an opportunity. First and foremost, go to fightnetradio.media. Fightnetradio.media. That's our website. On that page, you can find all the different ways to listen to us, from radio to all the podcasting platforms. Plus, we even have a really good news feed. We're even on that thing those kids use called Spotify. You can even say, "Hey, Alexa, play Fight Net Radio," to which she will respond, and I quote, "Really? Shuffling episodes now." That's the way I programmed it. You have fun with it. So, you can follow us on Facebook. That is the most dominant place we are on the planet, and that is all of us on that front page. You guys want to see the new one that I did for the press photo? For the press piece. So I'm going to show it off here on the show. If you're not watching the video, you're missing out in life. I mean, to be perfectly honest, you're not on the inside if you don't get the episode on video. So here's the cover of the brand new media kit. Whoa. Come on. Come on.
Why aren't we all wearing suits? We should all be wearing suits.
That is tight. Right. Well, okay. First of all, we have one picture of you, Miguel, which I basically have to do.
And you only have one picture of me.
Right.
The hell?
Right. Wait. It gets funnier. For Miguel, we just cut off his head in the photo and then put it on another person's body. Because if you move Manny and Sam Navajera, our producer, out of the way, it's a different body. So
a fit
then
body, I
had to match your head size with my head size because I wanted this angular one of me at a fight. So this whole fucking fiasco of getting the three of us, that's why Andrew's in front and in charge. It wasn't meant to be. We were all going to be shoulder to shoulder and equal kind of thing. It didn't work out that way. Therefore, Andrew, it's your company. So down below is Will, in case I have to send him to a fight. And, of course, Killian Kelly, who is our correspondent here. And, of course, our favorite, Doggerman, Max Doggerman, who is our spirit animal. And, of course, all the other characters that have made their appearance on the show, including Top Rank Bob and our Oscar and Harold Letterman. How cute are all of them? I mean, seriously.
They're going to probably put it right in the garbage.
Shut up! Tell me this isn't us. I'm not lying about... You want me to make a straight one, Andrew? You tell me right now. Here's an editorial moment live on the show. You want me to just do a straight one?
No, I'm just telling you.
It's gonna be one of those things where they're like, yeah, I'll give it to my manager, and like the shredder has a manager label on it. And I just hand it over to the shredder.
I mean, seriously, the only place this is.
That's very good. That's very
yeah,
pretty sure that's what they're gonna do.
Catching dicks. Now I go to a lot of trouble to make it look pretty. I spent hours and hours and hours. And all he's
got De La Hoya on fishnets on the front of our fucking
and a topless Clarissa Shields.
A topless person. Yeah, no. Oh my God, we're never going anywhere, Miguel. You do understand?
Hey,
we're never going anywhere.
Listen. I took the guy blowing the other guy out of the shot, so I think it's a win.
Thank you for that. Yeah,
that's an upgrade.
You filled her in with Clarissa's ESPN.
By the way, that's a real photo of her.
Okay. No,
you want to hear how media Fight Net Radio actually is at this moment? I was invited to La Jolla to the golf course, right, for the ESPNW Women's Summit to be a reporter on the scene there, and I almost wanted to write him back. Did you send this to me on accident? Do you not know who I am? And will Clarissa Shields be there? There were no boxers, so I didn't have the heart to go at all. But apparently ESPN is launching a platform that is women only. Apparently they're missing out on that demographic of female watching WNBA people that are lesbians, I guess. And yes, and that was a very sexist, horrible thing to say. Everybody calm the fuck down, all right? You know what? And I said that about ESPN, the Quattro and the Trace and the Dose and the All News Channel. And, you know.
Do you have your phone?
Yeah. What did you send us, Andrew?
Yes. You forgot this one you should put next to Oscar. I play with the boxing world.
I know you do. There you go. You guys are all caught up on all of us. What have I been up to? I've been writing shows all week for people not to show up to them. That's what I've been doing all week. I've just been sitting here at the desk waiting with this cool setup to do a show by myself. And it hasn't worked out. And I'm sad. Have coffee.
Did you guys see Conor McGregor's dog passed away?
What's his dog's name? Because Max needs a partner.
Max has a friend now.
Oh. You got to get me the info. I can see it.
It's on Fight Net Radio.
Oh, no. This is tragic. Oh no!
Was it a boxer or what the hell?
Hugo. What is that? That's like the Liberty Mutual commercial, right? Max Doggerman and Hugo. I'll buy that on Fiverr. I'm gonna have to have a theme made. Max Doggerman and Hugo. That's happening. What have you guys got to say this week? Woof woof. All right, cool, bro. Thanks for the report.
How do you say wolf in like an Irish accent?
Woof. I don't know. Woof.
There you go.
Yeah, it sounded good. Yeah, you're getting there.
Woof. All right. If you haven't figured out, this show is about the lighter side of boxing. Go figure. There is a lighter side to boxing, and I apparently take all horrible situations and attempt to find the funny in them. If you find it racist, sexist, absurd, awful, then you know what? Go complain at Dave Chappelle too. All right, Dave makes more money than me. Go complain with Dave Chappelle and get in line with everybody who's pissed off with him. When it comes to this show, we are involved in a sport that is overly dramatic, overacting, pro wrestling, homophobic, racist, crazy shit every week. I mean, every fucking week. And I am here to point it out when it happens every week. And I'm not going to give up. And I'm going to be just as crazy. That's why Miguel, who you guys don't know, is our sensitivity expert. I clear all really racist shit with him first to see if I'm allowed to do it. You'll hear it live on the show when it happens.
Yes. You see, like split-second decision-making on the spot.
Split-second. And trust me, it is. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow Miguel on Instagram as well. We appreciate it. Find out more about what's going on with all of us in and around. More importantly, follow us on Facebook. And if you're watching this on YouTube, smash, as the kids say, smash.
Yes.
Smash the like button. I don't know where smash started. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. All right, I feel gay when I say it, and I don't mean in the fun gay way. Like,
sounded gay.
I feel
It did.
I'm talking.
It did sound it though.
Berkeley, dick up the ass, gay.
You wanted to, yeah. It's like smash my ass. Yeah.
Smash my ass.
Smash. Yeah.
Now you guys have really found out what Fight Net Radio is all about. If this is the first time we're going to talk about boxing. We have been off for about a week and a half, and strangely, about 8 stories, and they're all going to take 20 minutes apiece. So let's get underway where we left off, which is October 14th for all of you.
Oh, no.
Kostya Tszyu is taking on Naoya Inoue, and the fight's been moved to Sydney, Australia. First, we didn't get a chance to really talk about this. Kostya Tszyu coming out of retirement fight Naoya Inoue. The fight's now moved to Sydney. What's your take on it?
Well, I'm excited to see Tim Tszyu back in the ring.
Tim Tszyu?
Tim Tszyu is Kostya Tszyu's child.
Child,
yes. His grown adult child.
This isn't Kostya Tszyu.
No, correct.
Okay, and what about, is Tim Tszyu fighting Naoya Inoue?
From what I understand, yes. I mean, I'm just waiting. I want him to be in the ring. I wasn't even sure when the hell he was going to fight again. I was just looking forward to seeing him back in the ring. And now we're seeing this update here that it's going to happen in Sydney. What does this thing say about COVID or something?
So is this the real Naoya Inoue, or is it a dude named Inoue?
It's another dude named Inoue.
Whoa.
Ooh.
So it's not Kostya Tszyu.
No.
The greatest product ever out of Australian boxing. And not Naoya Inoue, the only Japanese boxer I think any of us know. Am I sure about what you're saying to me now?
Yep. That's okay. pretty much
Next
it.
Story. Pro Bellum signed Spree continue. Oh, if you're offended by that, and you're from Australia, like say our producer Sam Navajero, to which I say Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Have a Tim Tam and take a breath. It's Tim Tszyu. He's fighting a guy named Inoue. Who gives a fuck? Pro Bellum. I talked about this with Andrew, and he didn't seem to have a big take on it. If you don't know, Richard Schaefer, who is essentially the man who anally raped Oscar De La Hoya into a drinking binge that has now lasted, I don't know, his lifetime as a promoter, is on this very bizarre signing streak of fighting, like signing everybody in the middle, right? Like everybody who's like a journeyman at best, right? So we didn't get a chance to talk about this, and now he's included IBF Bantamweight champ Paul Butler, Olympic lightweight bronze medalist, whatever that name is on the screen, some amateurs. Andrew and I were talking about him signing, who did he fight? He's like signing journeyman. So here's my question. Doesn't everybody know that Richard Schaefer's, well, an asshole? I start with you, Andrew. This Richard Schaefer thing is really interesting because he's throwing around money at an extremely high rate.
Yeah, I would have. Where's the company? Lee, I know nothing about this company. We talked about him signing guys. I thought they were a bunch of B-average fighters. That's why I didn't have too much on this. Who backs them? What network are they going to be fighting under? That we would have to start there to know who Pro Bellum is.
All right, let's check with our other experts. Maybe he knows more.
Yeah.
Hold on. That's why we have 2 of you. Let's go to the other one. Miguel, this is your moment to shine. I've got the air horn ready. Knock it out of the park.
Oh, man. Well, how about a bunt? Because I don't know jack shit. All I know, from what I remember, all I know is that Richard Schaefer is signed on as John Jones's fucking advisor for some reason. That's the last time I read of Richard Schaefer. He's like, yes, former UFC light heavyweight champion John Jones's quote unquote advisor. What the hell that means, I have no idea. But that's literally the last time I've read Richard Schaefer's name on the fucking article.
Okay. So I actually had the right sound effect queued up for this moment.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
Okay. Good. I'm glad we got to do that. Well, great. Both of you, great. Thank you to my experts.
It says here they signed.
Oh, Andrew's doing homework on the fly.
Yeah, Ricky Burns, Nanito Donaire, Donnie Neves.
I know about
so they've signed a lot of guys that are almost on their way out of here, Lee. I mean, seriously, I thought Ricky Burns did retire, to be honest with you. So I don't know what Bob Aaron. I mean, Schaefer. I thought Schaefer. We got rid of him. Listen, he rips Oscar off. Then they go to the PBC. For some reason, he doesn't work at the PBC. I don't know what happened between him and Heyman there, but he gets out of there. He tries to do that boxing tournament, the Ali thing, right? Wasn't he one of the guys that got that tournament started for the Ali
Super
Trophy
Series or something?
Super Series, yeah. Wasn't that Schaefer? I could have swore he was a part of that. He does it with the cruiserweights. That goes absolutely fucking nowhere. Not even shown in America. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that didn't he didn't even get a contract over here. So yeah, he's been nowhere since he left Oscar. He's been a nobody. I don't, the thing with the MMA. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I don't think Oscar, Hoya, or Hearn are scared about him in boxing or Heyman.
Hoya Hearn.
Tommy Hearn.
Tommy Hearn.
Yes.
Right, the new promoter. Funny. Wow. Okay. I'm just off to a rip-roaring bang here with stories back to back.
Yeah,
let's try again.
Stories are awesome. These are fucking.
I told you there's one joke in the show. Wait for it. It's fucking brilliant. Deontay Wilder congratulates Fury on social media. So we had a bet about a week and a half ago on what would happen first and who would say it, and we all took different stances. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think any of us actually remembers what we actually said was going to happen. But something did happen. It was Deontay Wilder who said, "My people, wow, what a hell of a night. I would like to first and foremost thank God for allowing me to give the world another part of me that's driven with passion and determination. And if you're wondering if somebody wrote this for me, I guarantee
yes.
I would like to thank my team and my fans for sticking by my side and writing this statement. I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed in the outcome. Shucks. I now see that what God wanted me to experience is far greater than what I expected to happen." Good line. We didn't get the win, but a wise man once said victories are within the lesson. I've learned that you're king. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Although I wanted the win, I enjoy seeing the fans win. So if you're adding that up, I found the funny in this. I wanted to win, but the fans got the win. Therefore, I got the win. Am I wrong? Isn't that what he's leading up to here? I wanted to win. I enjoyed seeing the fans win. Therefore, it was a win-win.
Yes. If the fans won, that means I won.
That means I won. Right. And to be perfectly honest, I got paid more money than I should be paid. I mean,
yeah.
If it was left up to the people over at Showtime, I'd be broke. Hopefully, I proved that I am a true warrior king. Sure, whatever. Hopefully, let me stress it the way it's written in the article. Hopefully, we prove that no matter what, how hard we get hit with the trials and tribulations, yeah, I said it like that, you can always pick yourself up live. I think he means live. I don't know. How's it used? Live or live? You want to go with it? How to live. I'll go with how to live. I think he used it correctly. By the way, they're spelled the same. Everybody calm down. It was actually a pretty clever joke.
Read the rest of this.
Shut the fuck up and fight again for what you believe in. Andrew Lavache, I turn to you. What do you think of your king now as a warrior?
A wise man once said, "Throw in the damn towel too if you're getting your head knocked
Throw
off."
the towel.
I don't know, there's so much to take away here. They won, so he won. You know, I think everyone should just.
Andrew, what are you talking
No, I think everyone should just flood his Facebook page with all the memes of him holding teddy bears. Have you guys seen the one where he's laying out by the pool with Pacquiao and Conor McGregor? I like it. They have Conor McGregor on the fence. He's holding his head. It's fucking like the internet's so classic. But yeah, I mean, come on, Deontay from here. Look, I think he has one more fight in him. They're gonna pay him. Listen, his popularity did go up. Whoever watched the fight, for some reason, we like guys that can take ass whoopings. They immediately turn into a Rocky character. People want to see it. They don't want to see him get destroyed. You gotta put up a fight still. So Deontay has one more fight in him. I don't think if he gets manhandled again, especially if he's in full Deontay character by the time the bell rings, then this whole thing will probably be over. But because he took such a big ass whooping, it does look like more people want to see him fight now.
Miguel Antonio Barragan, the voice of reason. Here on the Cool Storm, 105.5, the Cool Storm.
Spinning the hits of the 80s. I mean, I have to agree with Andrew. I'm not sure if he has. I mean, I think we've seen the end of Deontay as we know it, as we know him, as we've seen him. Yes, he will probably have one more fight after this one. It's not going to be the Deontay before these two straight ass whoopings that he got from Fury. If Breland didn't throw in the towel in that second fight, we would not have had a third fight. But he did him, and he basically gave him the luxury of having a third fight with Fury. So, I'm not really sure what exactly Wilder's trying to say here, because it sounds like his brains are so pretty damn scrambled. Like, it's to the point where like he's telling his publicist, "This is what I'm trying to say." With his what is it? I'm trying to think of like the thugnomics that he talks. But I want to say that they like actually tried to clean up his speech or whatever he was trying to say, because clearly he had some assistance with writing this.
Jacked up.
Yeah, right. The ebonics that he's using here. So I'm glad that they cleaned it up so we can understand what the fuck it is he's trying to say. But even still, it just sounds like he's trying to say a lot of things without actually saying it. So I'm expecting there's going to be one more, fight out of Wilder. It's not going to be the same Wilder before the two fights with Fury. It's going to be a far, far lesser version of him. But I mean, to touch on Andrew's point, I think it's when somebody gets their ass whooped like that so much, like they get so much credit because they really do put it out there on the line for our entertainment, So when I see guys that take risks like that, that's one of the reasons we love Chavez and Gaddy. It's just like when we see these guys take an ass whooping, and whether they can come back or not is another story. More often than not, they don't. But if they can, that makes that roller coaster of emotions during the fight so much better. But unfortunately, it didn't happen for Wilder. He stayed on the canvas. But hey,
hold on. I'm having a revelation. Are you saying? I got to check with Andrew because he's got the history. Are you saying that the only reason people watched me fight was to see me get my ass kicked, Andrew?
Oh, yeah.
To see you come back from the ass whooping.
There you go.
I didn't come back from the ass whooping.
Okay. But that is why they tuned in.
Wow. This show is revelatory. I swear to God. Good word. Write it down. Look it up. I got it right. Navarrete Gonzalez. I went to the fight on Friday night. I took Killian with me. Whoa. Where's that commercial coming from on the shitty Fight News website, who now has loud broadcasting commercials? That's very irritating in an odd way. And I actually got to interview the co-main the couple days before, and I've got all kinds of updates. I'm going to actually be a real reporter here from the fight. Oh, by the way, I wrote down the first of the possible names for this show based on the last story, if you guys are keeping track with that shit. So the first thing that we saw was the Des Moines, Iowa monstrosity, who I interviewed after the fight. His name is Antonio Mirles. Mirles? Miguel? Mireles.
Yeah, Mirles.
Mirles.
Yeah.
I got to roll the R and then do something with that L, right?
Just make it a little bit sharper. That's all. But you're good.
Mirles.
Yes.
Jesus, I'm trying to get it right every week. He said, no, there isn't much boxing in Des Moines, Iowa. And if it wasn't for the YMCA, told this to me directly, by the way, I would probably be in a lot of trouble. Let me help you out. The dude's 6'9", 262 pounds. This was his pro debut. And I physically, while talking to him, was looking really up at him. And I'm a good 6'2" with my flip-flops on. That dude was big. I mean, there was a lot of him, and he's wide, and he's like Klitschko monstrous. I've only felt that way with like Klitschko, Lewis, a couple of the heavyweights where I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm a big dude, okay? And I live in the special 6'+ club where generally people are smaller than me. Is that what it's like for you guys? I mean, you're both average-sized human beings. It's pretty fucking shocking when you like look up at a dude who can. I think he shits as big as much as me. Miguel, I'm sure you watched the card from the beginning. What did you think of the monstrosity known as Antonio Mirles?
Well, I actually didn't watch the card from the beginning. I'm in the process of moving, so I was like, okay, what time does the Navarrete? Because like up until this point, I didn't even know who the hell was going to be on the undercard. So
the undercard sucks pretty much from that point. Let me just
tune in right when Navarrete hits the ring, and then we'll call it a day. But yeah, I totally missed the undercard.
Yeah, I'm not even going to ask you, Andrew. It's just a waste of physical oxygen coming out of my body to see if you started watching it this hour. I did, because I went down there to be a good representative of Fight Net Radio with Killian. He got a ticket and I got a press pass. I was in the second row, which kind of pissed me off. There was an absurd level of media there for this fight, which I found interesting. But they still got me a ticket and a pass, and I sat in the stands, and it was a fucking sellout. Okay, that's crazy. I'll get to it in a minute. And the rest of the undercard, absolutely nothing happened. And a couple of them were absolute snorefest, which takes us to this kid that they've secretly got named Giovanni Santillan. Santillan, right? He's 27-0 with 15 KOs. He lives in San Diego. He actually works at the boxing club. I talked to him at the weigh-in. Yes, more reporter shit. And I said, dude, when did you find out about the fight? I said, I found it on accident going across the Top Rank website. And he goes, oh, I found out about it in September. I said, dude, that's no more than like 30 days ago. He said, yeah, that's when I found out. Maybe even less than that, a couple of weeks. I said, do you realize that on everybody's printout of this, you're not even listed? You're like fighting a to-be announced. He goes, yeah. So he gets a hold of a guy named Angel Ruiz, who actually shows up for an ass beating. I don't know where they found Ruiz, because when they did the final press conference and the weigh-in, Ruiz had the worst goddamn body language I've ever seen of anybody. I don't know if he was doing meth or what, but he looked not like, and I even told this to Giovanni. I'm like, dude, that's a first round knockout waiting to happen. He goes, well, that's the plan, right? I said, all right, I'll come over to City Boxing and maybe you can do an afternoon Fight Net Radio with us. Yeah, I'd really like that. And I thought, wow, how sad for a 27-0 welterweight to actually say that physically out loud that he's excited to do Fight Net Radio. But this Angel Ruiz dude who at the press conference speaks perfect English going, yeah, I'm from Tijuana, but I've been living in Chula Vista for a while. I'm like, this is Andy Ruiz part 2. So are you from there or are you from here, bro? I'm just asking the question for the sake of discussion. I didn't get that far. Angel Ruiz put on a performance of taking a massive ass beating from Giovanni. And when it was all done, Killian actually gave 2 rounds to Angel Ruiz, to which I looked at him and I said, nah, that's 100-90. Giovanni wins that fight. And one of the judges had it my scorecard. The rest gave 2 rounds. So shout out to Killian for at least picking up on 2 rounds of that fight. I start with you, Andrew Labouche. What did you think of the undefeated Giovanni Santillan?
Yeah, good future.
It was an exciting fight. It was a fun fight.
You know what? Didn't watch it. I only watched the Navarrete fight. And hey, you know what, Lee? He was fighting Joet Gonzalez. Not really an exciting main event either. You know, the Top Rank needs to do a better job. They need to do a better job with Navarrete all together. But we'll get into that. But no, I think I know who you're talking about. But I didn't pay enough attention to it.
Let's try Miguel. That's his job too. Miguel, this is your moment to shine. What did you think of this co-main event?
Well, I did actually watch this one. I tuned in right on time to watch this one. I mean, it was lopsided. It was one-sided. It was really
fun, right? I'm not losing my mind,
dude. Because like Ruiz did not go down. Like that dude was not gonna stop. Like
he just ass beating. Holy shit!
Here we go again.
Yeah, here we go back to this. The dude let everything out in the ring and basically got his ass handed to him. And I don't know about Santillan. Like he seems to have, I don't know, like pillow hands, man. Like he just could not stop this dude. Like he kept throwing everything he had at him, and he was not able to keep Ruiz at bay. There were a couple of times where I was.
He's the Sergio Mora of the welterweight division.
The Paulie Malignaggi of the welterweight.
The Paulie Malignaggi of.
It just didn't seem like he was able to stop him. It never looked like he was able to hurt him or keep him at bay with any sort of shots. Like he wasn't able to get Ruiz's respect. Like Ruiz just kept coming and thought, this guy's not going to take me out. He took an ass whooping in the process, and whatever 10 rounds that it was, it was a one-sided ass whooping. It really was. But man, dude, either Ruiz can just take a serious ass whooping, or Santillan just doesn't have the pop at welterweight. I mean, it was. We were looking at him, we're like, why the fuck is his face still intact? Like by this point, Ruiz should be like bloodied, like from all the shots that he was taking, and he took everything and kept coming forward. So I mean, it was fun to see Santillan in the ring. I want to say I've seen him fight one time before, so it was cool to see him again there. But I mean, it was, if you want to use the term that everyone else always uses, it was a workmanlike performance. Pretty much that's really what it was. Yeah.
I think the sad part to it was to find out that he still has a day job. What?
Oh, really?
I'm like, what? Yeah, I work over at the boxing club in San Diego. I'm like, the boxing club with jiu-jitsu and boxing club, like down the street from where we are. Yeah, I got to go to work tonight. I'm like, what? The final press conference. What are you talking about? It's like, yeah, got to work. Like,
yikes.
Dude, you're undefeated. And I almost wanted to do a double take and go, you're fucking undefeated. What?
Yeah.
What are you doing life wrong with? All right. Well, that's that fight. Let's try the main event and see how Andrew feels about that one. We're 0 for 3 on stories about this fight besides me. Which takes us to our main event of the evening. Another lopsided fight that apparently which is how I think it should be said. It's Joet, which makes less sense ever in pronunciation of names. This is right up there with Andrade and Andrade. I mean, this is right there in my mind with, you're just not saying the name right. The main event of the evening, Navarrete dominates Joet Gonzalez. And I liked the fight. The fans seem to believe that Joet had a couple of shots here because maybe he rattled Navarrete a couple of times. But from the most part, it was, again, a lopsided affair. And the only thing that we learned was another guy who could take a tremendous ass beating. I mean, Jesus Christ, he fucked up Joet. I mean, beat him up. And the crazy part, if you didn't see the fight, Joet is obviously one of those fighters who likes to take a pretty substantial beating to get his engine going. And so he doesn't do dick for the first 3 rounds until, I guess, something internally in him kicks over the fight or flight instinct, and he actually starts to return punches. And Navarrete, who I don't even think trained for this fight, finally had to buckle down and turn it into a fight to put this guy out. And all he did was turn him into hamburger for the next 9 rounds or so. We'll start with Miguel this time. Miguel, what did you think of Mr. Navarrete retaining his WBO featherweight title?
Well, it was a fun fight to watch. I mean, I like seeing Navarrete in the ring, and when I see him, frequently, because sometimes it's starting to feel, I begin to feel like we're not seeing him as frequently as we should be, I should say. But the fact that the fight was on a Friday just kind of threw me off a little bit. Normally, fights on Saturdays, right? But I'm like, all right, Friday fights, I don't mind. It was a fun fight. I like watching Navarrete in the ring. Me and my dad were thinking that they probably should have stopped the fight a couple of rounds earlier. It really didn't look like Gonzalez was gonna make anything happen in the last few rounds. And I don't remember if this one went the full. It was 12 rounds, right? Yeah, 12 rounds. So it was a title fight, obviously. It just came to mind. But I don't know. I just kind of felt like he took more of an ass whooping than he probably should have. Like once it got to like maybe the 9th round or so, I mean that's my pushing it. I feel like his corner should have been like, all right, that's enough. Because in addition to that swelling that he had on that right eye, he had like a cut there too. And I want to say I think there was a cut also on the other eye as well. The only thing that really Navarrete had was that slight swelling underneath that left eye there. And I think one time in particular he was sort of stunned and he did a little like jump chicken dance for a quick second. But really, other than that, it just didn't look like Gonzalez had any answer for Navarrete, and the fight probably should have been stopped several rounds before the last bell.
ALP.
Yeah, he starts off slow. He's got limited power. Navarrete is kind of the same fighter. Just keeps coming forward, throws 1,000 punches. I'm starting to get a little bit. Top Rank needs to do a better job of with his career. Terrence Crawford finally got his break, but there are guys. Telefimo Lopez out a year. Navarrete won this title against Isaac Dogboy in 2018. You guys, 2018. He beats him by decision and then knocks him out in a very impressive style in the rematch. Knocks his ass out. And where has he been since 2019? But these the WBO title defenses, nobody gives a fuck about. Navarrete is a hell of a fighter. Yeah, he's exciting as hell, but you know what? He takes a hell of a lot of punishment too. I don't know if he's good enough to face the Leo Santa Cruz, who's in his division right now, or even if he was to move up and fight Oscar Valdez and Miguel Burchell and those guys that are heavier. I don't know if he's that good anymore because I watch him with these guys that I know he's going to beat. Look, this is why this shit's boring to me. I never gave Joet Gonzalez a shot to win this fight. And when you start the fight off, you know right away he's going to lose. I don't care about the 1 or 2 punches that he landed, and he did hurt Navarrete. I did see Navarrete wiggle, and that kind of made me shrug my shoulders on him like, I don't know about this kid anymore. He needs to tell – these guys need to start – is Bob Arum getting a little too old, guys? Like, what's going on with their fighters?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. He's freaking like he's off to lunch. His brain is just out to lunch. I don't think he realizes it's like out of his control or something because it doesn't seem like he's has that type of hands-on like he used to anymore.
Yeah, and his fighters, you said he doesn't fight enough. He's fought a lot. He's just not fighting anybody. It's almost like they're milking it. He has 3 fights a year, but who's he fighting?
It's your first time listening to the show. That's your drink command. Everybody take a drink on that one.
And that's not even a hot take. It's something that Bob Arum, Top Rank, they need to get their. I'm praying that Terrence Crawford and Porter do great. It's so big for Top Rank. They got if this is Miguel, if you're right about it, might be Bob holding him back because he's just not there anymore, and he's the only one that really knew the boxing business. Because obviously the young man, what was his stepson's name? His stepson, DeBoof. Where the fuck is he at? This guy, he's been able to hang around with Bob Arum for 2 decades. I don't even know when he came in Bob's life, but I know as long as I've been in Vegas, he was able to hang around with this man. Where did he go? What happened to him? But yeah,
he was stupid. I got rid of him.
Do you guys even see him around the back anymore?
See at the fight is Fred Sternberg, pretty consistently doing the real backstage stuff. It's Fred.
Todd DeBoof. Yeah.
Fred Sternberg. It's Sternberg. Did I get it right, Miguel? It's Sternberg.
I think that's what he said.
The big dude with the curly hair. Yeah, Sternberg, but he's the muckety muck these days at the fights. I'm sure I'm going to get a hate letter from Top Rank.
That's all right.
Well, and then look, Bob Arum had the flashing moments, calling the reporter a prick, calling his fighter a schmuck, telling the young lady fuck her. Like, come on, man. It might be time to put the old man in the fucking home.
Yes,
yeah,
he is losing it big time. I mean, like, I to his, I understand some of his stances sometimes because Mike Carpenter did kind of like respond or answer or whatever it is that he said in a very condescending manner, and I get it. He didn't really need to go that route, but it's like, dude, don't quit acting like a fucking little kid. I'm talking about, Aram here. He just lets his shit go. He storms off on people like he just can't keep his damn anger and control of some shit. Like I just think he's out to lunch. Like I'm not sure if that dude is really like grounded anymore. He's gone. I think he's gone. He needs to like hand it off to somebody now at this point because I don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, like you said, now we're seeing Crawford and Porter, but how long did that take? Teofimo Lopez out for how long is this taking? It's like, yes, we're finally getting them, but it's like how many years is this taking off of these guys' fucking careers when they should be in the ring against top-notch people? And where the fuck is Bob here? To be an interview, to saying some random quote just for the sake of having a quote?
And seriously, Crawford's out of his prime. Isn't he? He's 34 now. Like Crawford's not even in his prime anymore. The whole welterweight division went by. He never got a shot in his prime to face any of these guys. Maybe he wins against Porter, maybe he doesn't. It's fucked up if he doesn't though, because he had to wait so long to get that shot.
The fact that it took this long.
The Miguel Burchell was another one. I know he's been knocked out by Valdez recently, but he was another one that what took them so long to get his shot out of Top Rank? He was there beating up. He looked like the only thing that could fight Lomachenko at one point. They never give him the fight. It's just I don't know. Like this fight, yeah, I wasn't turned on. To be honest with you guys, I fell asleep. That's really
so we
what
still
happened.
Talking about the same fight?
Yeah, the Navarrete one, because it was a broken record.
Huh.
It's a broken record with him. Look, I didn't expect him to get knocked out, Lee. There is no Deontay Wilder factor when you're talking about Joet fucking Gonzalez. So you see the guy falls behind, his face is getting beat up. No, man, it's Friday night. I woke up at 3 to go to work at 4. I'm out. Good night. I'm gonna sleep on the couch. Fuck Navarrete. That's what I said.
Well, okay. Let's move forward with some more boxing stories, shall we? Tommy Hearn goads Diaz into fighting Haney. Apparently, on Saturday night's DAZN stream, Eddie Hearn basically said he offered Jojo Diaz the same money Jojo would make if he fought Ryan Kingrey Garcia.
Hey, before you get into this, did you see what Devin Haney's dad tweeted to Gervonta Davis?
No.
Yes. Did you see it, Miguel?
No, I did not.
He said, bet the house that Raleigh, what is that kid's name?
Oh, yeah.
Raleigh, right?
Yeah.
Raleigh's gonna knock out Gervonta Davis, and then he said, like T-Rex arms. My dick is longer than his arms.
Wow. Wait, I gotta write that one down for a dick title.
Yes.
Dick.
Poor little Gervonta.
Longer. I'm writing this down. Longer than his T-Rex arm.
You guys gotta find
for the show.
Oh my!
This
dick
is
is
Teofimo Lopez's dad?
No, it's Devin Haney's.
Oh,
Devin Haney's dad.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But oh man, that was a good one. Okay, go on with the Devin Haney story.
Eddie, don't call me Tommy Hearn, said he offered Jojo Diaz the same money he would make if he fought Kingrey Garcia. We'll talk about him momentarily. You're going to look real bad if you don't accept the offer, Hearn said. The only way you wouldn't do it is if you don't believe you would beat him. Why don't you just say bitch at that point? Diaz responded via Twitter. I'ma's not a word. IMMA is not a word. Don't do it. I'm a what? I'm a fight. Jesus. I'm a fight Devin Haney in December. Y'all, I promise. Like Ryan Garcia. He hasn't been tested, and I'll give Devin his first L. And for Ryan Garcia, I hope you recover quick. Once I take out Devin, I'm coming after you next. Okay. Does anybody actually care about Jojo Diaz? Like, I thought he was just sort of an afterthought in all these discussions, but apparently Tommy Hearn's sees an opportunity here for, Devin Haney. I start with you this time, Miguel. Is this anything?
It is for me. It is because like I feel like Diaz hasn't really gotten. He's had a couple of opportunities to shine, and one in particular, his very first one, I think it was against Gary Russell Jr., and it didn't turn out the way he wanted. And then he ended up ultimately winning a title after that, and then having his battles with the scales because he's lost a title or two on the scales. So he's kind of been hot or cold sometimes. But I'm a fan of Diaz, and I want to see him in there. And I feel like he's kind of like the forgotten lightweight. Like I feel like everyone talks about the others, the Haneys and the Garcias and Tefimos, and I think kind of he gets dropped by the wayside. So I think him against any one of those guys would be a very entertaining fight. So I would love to see him against any one of those guys because I think he'll definitely give them a run for their money. It maybe not win necessarily, but definitely put on a very entertaining fight. So I love anytime Diaz is in the news about potentially fighting one of these guys. I read it.
Andrew.
Diaz,
Andrew.
Joseph Diaz was another fighter that a few years ago, Miguel, I was calling for Golden Boy to already pick up his opposition. Like Navarrete, he's a fighter that is not going to grow anymore, right? He is who he is. He's a face first. He comes at it, but he's exciting as shit. He puts his heart into it. He's got a chin that can go in with the best of them. So why not let's just put him in with the best and see what happens? Well, they put him in with Tevin Farmer. He beat him. They put him in with
Farmer can't see a punch coming. I mean, is that really a test?
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He was a champ. He got beat.
Jesus.
I know what you're saying. Hold on now. They put him in with the ex-champ. Fontoura, he beat him. Yes, Diaz is everything that you want to see in boxing when he's in the ring. I have no problem. He was supposed to fight Garcia, right? Yeah. This is the fight that Garcia just pulled out with the hand injury. So yeah, that was going to be a hell of a fight. Devin Haney's a hell of a fight. It don't matter where Joseph Diaz is. He deserves to be in the ring with any of those guys.
All right, there you go. Moving forward, let's move on to our next boxing story. We're doing good. We're at the 1 hour marker. Mikey Garcia fought last week, to which Andrew and Miguel lost their ever-loving shit. God damn, with the commercials on Fight News.
I thought that was a sound effect. That sounded good. Okay,
no, it's goddamn Fight News with their pop-up ads. This is their last week on the show. I'm sorry. I mean, I tried to be nice. Fight News. I tried Fight News. I tried. You got one too many fucking ads. All right? Get your shit together, people. Mikey, I thought I was winning tonight. For those of you who don't know, Mikey Garcia fought an obscure nobody on an obscure nobody card in Fresno that apparently Andrew actually debated going and seeing the obscure card with Mikey Garcia in Fresno, to which I think I caught a text.
Lead in, send in any credential or anything for me. So
I'm sure we would have gotten him.
Well, you got to send it in. Yeah.
So I had, front row center tickets for the
I wouldn't have gone. I'm just giving you a hard time. I wouldn't have gone.
Hotel California tickets at the Forum. And so I have front row center seats for.
Well, I'm not saying you to go. I'm saying
me. No, I'm telling you that I lived vicariously through this fight by YouTube blowing up my goddamn text during the concert. And apparently you were having a lot of discussions about, one, the stupidity of it, two, the badness of it, the three, the badness of the Mikey Garcia, the four, the badness of Mikey Garcia. Then I think, am I correct in this? There was a blackout or something crazy, like power issues. And then ultimately this dude winning the fight. So Sandor Martin beats Mikey Garcia, which I can't even believe is a real sentence. But I mean, it's good to get rid of Mikey Garcia. This is pretty much the kiss of death. I'll start with you this time, Andrew. You and Miguel had heated texts. Tell me what your perspective was. I did not watch it.
It's not the kiss of death, and that's what I think Mikey was looking for. But I'll say I didn't like the fight. I didn't think the young man from Spain won the fight either. I didn't think Mikey won. I thought this was a draw. I actually stood up and clapped when I seen the guy that had it a draw. Listen, I don't watch boxing for no punches and see who can do the least in the round. This whole thing about, Mikey didn't really get to him this round, so that's a good thing. No, it's not. I wish they would make a rule in boxing that if there is not 10 power shots or more landed in one round, single round, then that round is declared a draw. We don't care what the judges think, and we move
you want
on.
like a softball slaughter rule in boxing?
Yeah, because it's bullshit. Lee, they're like counting one shot. Like,
That's
that was
Little
a good
League baseball.
punch.
You're asking for Little League baseball rules.
And then they would like literally show it in slow motion, the one punch, and be like, that might have won the round. That was a clean shot.
All right, hold on.
It was
First
just
of all,
so
who
weak.
was doing the telecast?
Listen, wait a minute.
All right.
It was so fucking weak. It was so weak that I think Mikey threw the fight. I think Mikey Garcia threw the fight because he knows he can get the rematch with this guy for another $500,000 or any other warm-up fight that the PBC is going to throw at him. I think he's done fighting his Spence. That was his one fight he gave to the boxing world, man. That pay-per-view fight, that was his one thing. He don't want that. He never did. That's why he left Top Rank. That's how bad of a performance this was from Mikey Garcia, that I actually think he threw the fucking fight just so he doesn't have to fight anybody hard anymore. Hey, did you see how nonchalant he was about the fucking loss? It's nothing, Losses come all the time. I ain't worried about it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you ain't worried about it. You're still going to make $500,000 on your fucking next fight.
Strong.
Nah, I won't be watching.
Miguel?
Well, yes, the whole fight just seemed like a major shit show. First of all, they had it at some sort of like Little League baseball, or not Little League, minor league baseball stadium.
Yes.
And then like it looked like his entrance to the ring was like him standing on like the truck bed of a fucking some sort of construction truck, and like
wait, hold on, I got some
reverse. Driving in reverse, okay? Driving in reverse, pulling him in. He might as well have had like long sleeve, bright green neon shirts, like he's a fucking landscaper, because that's pretty much what that looked like. And then like the second round, I think it is, for a brief moment, the fucking lights go out and they stop. They have to stop for a second. They're like, wait a second. And then within a few seconds, I don't know, the generators kick in. I don't know what the hell happened, but the lights come on and they stay on for the rest of the show. So that in itself, I was like, what the fuck kind of like Bush League shit is this? So onto the fight itself. Yes, where the hell was the urgency for Mikey here? It seemed like he was going through the motions. I'm starting to feel like those the Spence paydays and the fucking Jesse Vargas paydays were just like, okay, I'm kind of slowly fading away from the sport here. I got some major paydays. I can call it a career, because he did not look like he had any urgency whatsoever. Even the way he handled the loss, like he didn't even look disappointed. He did not look like he was pissed off at the fact that he lost the fight, even though him in his mind was saying like, well, okay, I think I won. I think I did enough. I added pressure. I put pressure. I was the one that was trying to make the fight. He was the one trying to avoid me, yada yada. And it's like, dude, you were getting smacked in their fucking face. Like, if you look at both their faces, it looked like a glorified sparring session with Mikey coming out with the worst. But it looked so bad, man. I was just like, what the fuck is my I agree with Andrew. It certainly isn't the kiss of death, because I think he's gonna come back from this, especially as nonchalantly as he's talking about it. But like, as this it, like, have we seen the end of the Mikey Garcia that I remember? Because like, it doesn't look like he has any will. And Max Kellerman actually said this several years ago, talking about Mikey Garcia and his boxing career. He says, some people choose their career, sometimes their career chooses them. And he talked about this with Mikey, how boxing chose him to some degree. I feel like that's true, because I don't even think he really wants to do this anymore.
I totally agree with you.
Going to the ring right now on the back of a truck that's got cattle horns. Mikey Garcia, Fresno, make some noise.
14-1, 8-9, 17-4, 24-5 were the last four opponents of Sandor Clemente going into the fight with Garcia. I guess it's Martin. They're just calling him Martin, on Sandor Martin.
Sandor.
This is not supposed to beat. This is not supposed to beat Mikey Garcia. Right. It was a bogus fight. Mikey looked fat. I'm tired of seeing him in the welterweight division.
On top of that, he came in light. Like he usually had, like I want to say his fight for with Spence. I think he was at 145 or something, and then I think he was at the 147 limit against Jesse. He was 143 in this fight, and he still had that like mini spare tire. Like he just looked like he came in here like totally flabby as fuck. Like he just didn't give a rat's ass. And is it him that says that he doesn't do sit-ups? I forgot who the hell says it, but one particular part.
It
was me. You're confusing us. We look the same. You know what they say about fighters? We all look the same.
This is Mikey after the fight. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of my career. People might think a loss is such a big deal and I'm going to go into depression. No, I'm not. I'm jumping right back into it and I'm not worried about it. I mean, come on, man.
He was 20 months out of the fucking ring. God damn.
Don't ever put your money on that guy.
Is somebody from Fresno? Is Mikey from Fresno secretly? I don't even understand why it's in Fresno.
No, Lee, and Fresno didn't either because they didn't respond. Fresno did not show up for this fight. No, nobody's a Mikey. Mikey Garcia don't have fans outside of Oxnard. I'm sorry. Maybe he has some in Texas. Maybe, but dude. This whole PBC thing was a bust, man. These guys, they didn't get a fan base. They're not how he was going to be a household name. He was supposed to be a household name for Top Rank. Top Rank had him in line to fight fucking Gamboa. They had him in line to fight Mikey Garcia. He was going to have everything, probably even a fight with Pacquiao if he would have stood with Top Rank. But he doesn't. He runs from those fights. Top Rank told everyone, this guy, he doesn't want to fight the fucking main headliners. He just doesn't. And they let him go. He goes to the PBC. He gives them their one Spence fight. And you know what? Jesse Vargas, I'm sorry, to the Garcia family, they've been involved in boxing a long time. Love Jesse to death. He's a good guy. Not the heaviest-handed puncher in the welterweight division. I don't see the Garcias being nervous on taking that fight at all. All of this since leaving Top Rank has been built around getting him checks, getting them paid, and not taking a risk. Yeah. And I'm sorry, if you would have won,
that's the PBC way.
Damn right. It robbed the bank. We robbed the bank. Who's the face of the motherfucking company? All he ever said is, "I robbed the bank."
Gang, gang.
Yeah. So that's the character they all took in. So Mikey, he's doing the same thing. You guys, if he would have won, there would have been talks. Who's he going to fight next? A big name would have probably came up. Nah, scratch all that. Back to the drawing boards for me.
All the fingers, there's one finger. I mean, what's or a gun sign or what is it, Miguel? You're the
what are we talking
Actually,
about?
Andrew would be our most hood-related individual.
What are we talking about here?
Gang, gang. PBC guys. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. Is that racist? Miguel, is that racist? I don't know. I feel it. It feels a little racy.
Borderline, but I'm
no.
I'll let it play.
Because the Niner fan base has made that the gayest thing. Yeah. Bang, bang, Niner gang. It's the gayest term ever in all of football.
Let me do it the gay way because I can do it that way. I'm sorry, Guillermo. You'll never hear it anyway, but I'll do it. All right, you ready? Bang, bang. Niner way.
Niner gang.
No,
Niner.
Bang, bang. Niner gang.
Fucking gayest one of them all.
Did I do it gay enough? And was that Miguel? Again, was that?
Again, it was borderline, but it's still no.
Yeah, I'm gonna let it play. Yeah. I'm gonna leave that one in play.
Yeah.
And with that, they go up 6 runs. This is Joe Buck. I'm jumping on a plane to go watch a shitty football game tomorrow night as Boston gets their ass kicked. All right. This is the moment in the show you've all been waiting for. I'm setting it up right now as we speak to make sure that some goddamn commercial doesn't pop up like that.
Yeah,
this is the joke I wrote.
Uh-oh.
Hey, go with it, Andrew. This is the moment in that show that happens in every show. By the way, that's a funny joke. But this is the joke I wrote. All right. So, ready? I have been instructed by Top Rank Bob to read the following. It is on Top Rank letterhead. All right. Mr. Bob Arum is a great man. You want me to read this exactly the way you wrote? Read it! Okay, Bob. Bob Arum is a great man with a large and powerful penis. He has been alive since the 1700s. He has fought back the redcoats, including Tommy Hearns. He has now moved into a world of boxing that is brilliant forever. Are you sure you... Read it! All right, Bob, calm the fuck down. Bob Arum would now like to introduce on Fight Net... You called it Fight Night on here, Bob. Read it! Fight Night Radio with its host. These aren't their actual names, Bob. Read it! I'm not going to read it. I think it's offensive, and I'm not going to do it this time. Read it! Big Poppy, formerly of Boston, and that other guy who lives somewhere up there. That's what you wrote. One guy's name is Miguel. The other guy's name is Andrew. Who cares? Shut up, you prick. I now introduce Bob to introduce his latest acquisition, everybody. Hello, everybody. My name's Bob Arum. Abdullah Mason is one of the most electrifying young fighters I've ever signed. I'm sure you're all a little shocked at his age. I'll give you a moment to hear from him right now. Shut up! Goddamn brat. We watched him in a crib. He's amazing. I have no doubt he'll live up to the billing. I would also like to introduce our co-promoting with the goddamn Asian people. And we've joined with the K-pop, whatever that is. I don't know. And I'd like to introduce his now copyrighted intro song. Everybody join me in welcoming Abdullah Mason, the youngest prospect ever signed.
You're fucking stupid.
Admittedly, this joke went on for a very long time. First of all, let's assess the joke. Number one, did the joke live up to the hype Andrew Labuschagne?
Yes, it did. You didn't even have to build that one up. Very good, Lee. Very
Miguel?
good.
Miguel? Air horn?
I have a question. Yes. Air
Okay,
horn.
hold on.
That's
rarely
worthy
do I
of an
get
air horn. Yeah.
If you guys are wondering, I actually have the real story on the screen, which kind of is the punchline to the joke. Bob signed a goddamn 17-year-old, and he's going to make a fight in 2 weeks.
I literally, Lee, I was like, oh, it's the Jaws. It's the Jaws song. The fucking Baby Shark.
Bob Arum did sign Abdullah Mason.
Oh, my God.
He is 17 years old. He's going to debut the kid at age 17 on November 5th on the Michaela Mayer card the night before the Canelo Alvarez fight and get a whole lot of goddamn highs on a child, right? My daughter's 17, okay?
Yeah.
I can't picture her fighting.
Pros. Yeah, pros.
I can't. Pros.
What I want to know is how many years.
The idea, he might as well just start signing babies in the crib. I thought that baby had great right hand as a baby. Did you see the way he grabbed his mom's tit? It was fucking awesome. Sign him to a contract.
That's my question, Lee, is the contract. How many years does he get this kid for $10 a fight?
Well, he was my houseboy for a while, and that's where I discovered him. So, you know, my child trafficking and drinking of baby's blood is working out with me. Hopefully those QAnon people won't catch up with me.
Does it say it in the contract? Does it say it in the contract how many years it is?
No, it doesn't say
because
anything.
Because listen, we know that the contract's small, right? The kid's 17. He hasn't proven shit, right? It's the first thing they're going to throw at him. You're 17. This is more about us helping you than you helping us, right? No one knows you. You're young. We're going to give you what? $5,000 a fight? 10 grand? Maybe 10 grand. Now he's 17 years old. Wait, listen. Okay, I got the punch. Okay. He's already on TV. His very first fight.
Yeah. And Bob's actual quotes, which I actually did during this bit, he held his own in sparring, so what the fuck? Right?
That's
this is legitimately his quote. He's held his own against everyone in sparring, right? Against the best pros in the world, and everybody I've spoken to raves about him, so I took their word for it. It takes a special type of kid to turn pro this young, and I have no doubt he'll live up to the billing. At this point, you might as well child traffic. I mean, this is some crazy motherfucking shit. I mean, crazy shit in pro boxing right now. You're putting a mind. Okay, first of all, where are the parents? Where are the parents in all this?
His dad is his trainer. His dad is his fucking trainer.
No shit, right? Yeah. I already know this is happening to Junior when he hits the right age with Andrew. Andrew's, get out there, kid.
Yeah, take him to Mexico. 15.
You're gonna go spar with Chavez Jr. Oh, okay. I was worried. Yeah, this is fucking nuts. When I saw this story, this is the one that I thought, okay, Bob's lost his shit. You're signing fucking minors to contracts. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life?
He did it with Gabriel Flores, the young man from Stockton over here. And like this young man, got him on TV bouts really fast. Gabe Flores lost his last fight. So Bob Arum got 20 fights out of Flores. Not underage is not the right word, but on a very light contract. Gabe Flores, not an amateur star. Not a lot. He's bringing the negotiating table about why he should be making, $100,000 right out the gate. 20 fights. A lot of those were TV bouts that Arum's making TV money on these young men fighting for pennies. So yeah, that's child trafficking. Can't put two on the same card. Then they might start looking at you.
Can't cross the streams. So first, let me check in, Miguel. Did you prefer being Big Poppy, formerly of the Boston Red Sox?
Lee, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Miguel, Lee, I think that's a question that needs to be asked. Do you need Bob? Wait, just like Coppinger.
Sorry, hold on, let me get Bob. All right, go ahead.
Right while he's doing an interview. Hey, Bob, how many children can you put on a TV belt before it's child trafficking?
4. I have an answer. 4. Will they be wearing clothes or not?
How many hours can they work before it's child labor?
Are their parents signing releases or are they not?
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of gray area and a lot of wiggle room here that we can work with. I remember back in the 1700s when we had baby wrestling. Sorry.
You might actually, that would feel bad. Could you imagine 2 17-year-olds fighting 2 26-year-olds?
Well, there's laws about, I know when we do cockfighting in Florida, they have to be a certain age, but I'm pretty sure in Vegas you can have fucking minors, knife fight. I'm having someone look into it right now. Get it? Yeah. Same people that did that deal with ESPN and whatever the fuck we're on application thing, internet.
With the cancer culture that we're in, I don't think Bob Arum's going to be able to show 17-year-olds fighting on pro bouts.
I don't know whether or not 17-year-old females can go all the way with it, right? And you know what, Bob? While you're in it, throw in a little bit of child porn in the middle of the ring. I mean, go for the...
Have 17-year-old ring card girls.
Yeah,
right. Can you imagine if this kid's eye gets ripped right open, like Tyson Fury, it's his style or size? He's gonna have some people frown upon him.
Listen, he's young. He'll bounce back. Don't sleep on the 17-year-old.
Kids are resilient.
Resilient. Put a little magic dirt on it. He'll be fine. Stitch, get over there and stitch, you bastard. That's a actually good inside boxing joke for a couple of people.
Poor guy.
All right. First of all, Miguel. Did you prefer being called Big Papi, formerly of the Boston Red Sox, as compared to Manuel by Big Bob? I wrote that one new today, too. I was very proud of that joke, actually. And secondly, what the fuck is Bob Arum thinking?
Well, firstly, yes, that definitely is an upgrade from Manuel.
You didn't
I do prefer.
joke either. I do want a rating on my joke. That was a strong joke that I wrote.
No, that was a good one. That deserved the horn.
All right.
I say that deserved the horn.
All right, just checking. All right, go ahead. The floor is yours.
I just I don't know. I mean, like I get what he's trying to do. Obviously, right? Get them while they're young, mold them however the fuck he wants to mold them.
Get them while they're young.
You know, and the dude is touted as a big, hot shit in the amateurs, and I mean, I understand what he's trying to do. This isn't something that's necessarily new, and signing young prospects or young talent to your promotion and then start building them up, putting them on TV damn near immediately. It just so happens his debut, from what I've read, is going to be on that Michaela fight, right? So if Lee can get me some credentials at that fight, I will be attending it, and I will witness his guy's professional debut.
Oh, we'll show up for that one. And we're bringing Killian. Come on. This is a party in the making.
Shit, yeah.
What you need is a loud Boston guy who I said repeatedly to, we don't get to comment on we can't say anything out loud. And he pulls out his ticket. He goes, I have a ticket. I said, yeah, that's a fucking technicality if I ever saw it.
That's a loophole.
It's funny though. Yeah. He literally did it just like that. He's like, but I have a ticket, not a press credential. And I went, touche.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
Point taken.
How about the yelling?
Yeah.
He yelled all through that fight. Oh my God. You can actually, I'm sure that if you went back, I can point out him yelling during the last two fights.
So did you guys see the Gervonta Davis and Raleigh Romero's face-off today?
No, didn't even make the news.
I saw the Herring and Shakur one, but I didn't see. I think I saw bits and pieces of it, but I didn't quite see the whole thing.
Lee, if you go to Facebook, Fight Net Radio, and scroll down, it should be one of the first ones. I think Lee has a new Adrian Broner. Right. Yes,
I did
sir.
see this,
Look, there you go, Lee.
Hold on.
Title shot. Where does he get the money for that coat, you guys?
What did he kill for that coat? Hold on, what died to make that coat?
WBA champ or some shit.
First of all, what died to make that coat?
And he's shirtless underneath.
And he's shirtless. Yes.
Broly is a local dude here from Vegas, and I try to root him on, but god damn it, he's making it hard for me when he wears shit like that.
Is he Puerto Rican?
I think so. Puerto Rican.
He looks Puerto Rican. Is that shitty of me that I just said he looks Puerto Rican? Sensitivity expert Miguel Antonio Vergara.
You're right on the money. He's one of those islands, Cubans.
Doesn't he?
Dominican something.
And if you're wondering what I think, as always, of Gervonta Davis, guilty. Put him in jail. That's what I think when I see him. Guilty. Guilty, Your Honor. I don't know what he did. He's guilty. I'm sure he stole whatever you said he stole. I don't know. He just looks.
Oh my God.
Is that wrong? This is the dumbest shit ever. Like this Rolando Raleigh Romero isn't lasting but a round in this fight, for God's sakes.
No, but remember, Devin Haney's father said his dick is longer than Gervonta Davis's arms.
Yeah, T-Rex arms. I did. One of the possible titles.
Bet the house that Romero knocks him out, Lee. No, that's a lot of confidence, man.
That's too much confidence. That's too much. Because I mean, don't get me wrong. If it happens, I'll be the first one to be like, "Holy shit!" But it's not happening. Yeah.
I'm getting drunk on a plane.
Wow.
Strong. See, show's ending strong, people. The Canelo Plant undercard has been announced for 2 weeks from today. Two-time super middleweight champion Anthony the Dog Durrell. You remember him? No, you don't. We do.
I remember his nickname being.
We'll square off against Marcos Hernandez. Madman. They call him the Madman. Never heard of him?
Oh, it's one of the worst. This is bad. This is bad.
They're not even trying, right? Ray Vargas against Leonardo Baez, and kicking off the pay-per-view. They say it like it's a big thing. And kicking off the pay-per-view, Elvis Rodriguez, who's 11-1-1 with 10 KOs, is taking on Juan Pablo Romero, who's 14-0 with 9 KOs. If you're thinking that's not a lot of knockouts and this will probably go the distance, You'd be correct. But Ray Vargas taking on exciting action from Leonardo Diaz. Both of these fighters suck dick. Moving forward, your co-main event, Anthony the Dog Durrell. You remember he lost in all the big fights, and if he didn't lose in the big fights, he drew in the big fights. That guy. He's taking on nobody you've ever heard of in what promises to be the worst PBC undercard in history.
Hold on, Elvis Rodriguez, like the dude who just got like upset recently, like his first loss on the fucking. And that's what I think it is. He's opening up the pay-per-view card. Really?
Did Hearn put this together or did PBC?
No,
this looks like
PBC.
This looks like PBC, right?
And these guys, and some of these guys owed Al Heyman a favor. They're fighting for free.
Yeah. Man, Anthony Durrell, holy shit, haven't seen him in a minute. All right.
Right?
Yeah, no, you haven't.
And this is the
literally
pay-per-view
in shock.
card. Jesus, people. All right.
Wow. Oh, it's all collect. Wow.
Ray Vargas, you guys remember that's a blast from the past right there. He was a prospect and never went anywhere for.
Oh my lord! What
For
a
top rank,
fucking
right? For
miserable
top
night.
rank, was it?
I want to get approved so we could go to the fight, but I'm not gonna be sad if we don't on Saturday. I mean, I'm just being honest. Got a 50-50 with the
Hey, well, actually, no. Ray Vargas is going to be the only. Why isn't he the co-main? He's undefeated. Ray Vargas is undefeated.
You've got Anthony the Dog Durrell, Andrew. What are you talking about?
This is for, and it's for Caleb Plant and Canelo.
Yeah.
Tune in
to pay-per-view.
The guy he's facing, 5-27, 16-19, and 3-36. I didn't make that shit up. You guys, Ray Vargas' opponent for that pay-per-view fight, his last three opponents, Jorge Pita, 5 wins, 27 losses. Angel Guevara, 16 wins, 19 losses. And Efrain Gonzalez, 3 wins, 36 fucking losses. That's his opponent.
Well then, maybe he's the one that's fighting for free.
Nailed it. Very good. Damn, that was a nice one.
Thank you.
Didn't see that one coming. Actually,
that's one of those. We're helping you more than you're helping us.
Yeah.
No doubt on that one. All right, let's move forward. King Rye's back. Hey, King Rye. You remember he got the COVID, then he got the AIDS, because he had mental problems, but he didn't really. We don't know if it was because he had mental problems because of his dick, or because he had mental problems. But he got his shit back together and made a bunch of videos and got a big following again. And then guess what? Suddenly he can't do that fight either because, well, he got, he had to have surgery. Undefeated lightweight contender Ryan Garcia underwent surgery to repair his damage to his right hand that suffered during a sparring session. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm pretty sure he knew about this and thought, no big deal. And when ticket sales and/or nobody gave 2 fucking rats' asses, he suddenly decided to have the surgery anyway. Go ahead.
You know what, Lee? I'm going to say that
you're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, Garcia, he had a lesson to learn. He did way too many videos punching football players, MMA players. Oh, look, I can hurt everyone's stomach and put a blindfold on them. I'll just start fucking wailing on them. He did it to some guy, random dude in the gym. Then he has all these videos of him hitting that Cobra bag like 1,000,000 times. He's got so many of those Cobra bag videos out there that I'm not even impressed anymore. It's not impressive. To anyone else doing it, that's very impressive. When you have 1 million videos of the same kid doing it to the same bag, it's not impressive anymore. It's like, all right, we get it. You're the master of that fucking bag. Get over it. This injury was going to happen. No, he fucking plays around way too much in the gym to not get his hand injured. He's lucky that it happened now. Now he can be a little bit more humble. Stop fucking around. Stop making all these TikTok videos. No, just go to the gym and do your work. Don't go there and try to be a sideshow. When you're playing around in the gym, You're gonna get hurt, Lee, and that's what I think happened. I don't think it happened in sparring. I wouldn't be surprised he got hurt on that stupid ass Cobra bag that he loves fucking hitting. This was gonna happen. He's lucky it happened now and not in one of his bigger fights where a lot more money's on the line.
Am I the only one who thinks that Oscar's one and only kind of blue chip prospect is literally shitting the bed, and I'm enjoying it? Listen, bro, he's not shitting the bed. He's getting his hand fixed. All right, bro.
You mean Munguia isn't a blue chip? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, listen.
Is that what you're saying?
Munguia's not like a blue chip. He's like a green chip, bro. Maybe a red chip.
Maybe a brown chip.
Brown chip, bro. Right? Like, I like Munguia, but he doesn't make me any fucking money, bro. I'm just saying. Mario! I'm just saying, bro. I don't really like my Oscar impersonation, even though I know that Sam Navajero touts it. It makes me feel awkward, Miguel. I feel uncomfortable doing it.
Why does it make you feel awkwardly?
I don't know.
It shouldn't.
You would think that the Deontay Wilder voice should make me feel more awkward than it does. But I love doing Deontay because that crazy, I don't think it's racial. It's just that crazy. Listen, my people, your king is here. I love that. That's not even a racial thing. That's just crazy Deontay trying to be Batman. I think he's doing Batman. Oh my God, we tapped into it.
Oh.
No,
that's why he's right.
We already know.
Where are they? I'm not like you, scum. It's funny. It's very
Usyk came as the Joker, and Tyson Fury came as Batman when he fought Klitschko. So it's pretty cool that both of them get to see each other, possibly in the final fight on that side.
God damn it with the commercials on Fight News. I'm trying so hard to give them a little bit of run this week. Don King's back in boxing. You remember him. He has hair. The world's great. Can you tell who wrote this? The world's greatest boxing promoter, Don King.
Don King wrote.
If you guys don't find that as funny as I did when I pulled the story, the only thing I said when I was pulling stories to myself was, I'm in at line number 1. I don't even care what the rest of what they write is. The press release of, okay, first of all, Fight News, you didn't edit this shit at all. You just copy, cut, and pasted a press release about him signing 2 nobodies to a nothing fight. And you put it like it was a gospel fact. So I'm going to read it like it's a gospel fact for everybody on the show. The world's greatest boxing promoter, Don King, has put together his latest championship fight, pitting the WBC Cruiserweight champion, Junior Makabu, and the #1 challenger for the WBC silver champion, Tepiso Chunu. King, who represents Makabu. Does that sound anything like out of a Marvel movie to anybody besides me? Came to the agreement with Muchuchu and their representatives on the 12-round championship fight, which, by the way, I don't even know what championship they're actually fighting for here. Is it the silver, or does somebody else have something else? I'm completely confused with your first paragraph. This is going to be an action-packed championship fight, said Don King. Sure he did. They're both warriors, and this battle could result in one of the best championship fights of the year. Hoped Don King. That's what I would put if I was writing the story based on the press release. I would put, hoped Don King. Makabu, 28-2 with 25 KOs, is from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, defending his championship in his hometown of Kinshasa, as he stopped Nigeria's. Wow, the names are just ramping up from here. Alarahu Durududu, with 2 solid left hooks in the 7th round last December. Because I'm sure you guys just didn't have a chance to watch that fight. So let me recap it. Makabu. This is the craziest press release ever. Makabu, who has won his last 9 decisions. What? You guys didn't see any of his last 9 decisions? Color me surprised. Won the vacant title. You don't win a vacant title, okay? You park in a vacant title. You don't. There's no such thing as winning a vacant title. There's no such thing. Hey, I won that vacant parking space. No, asshole, you just drove into the parking lot. That's what you did. That's what you didn't win it. There was no lottery. You didn't jump out and like struggle with another car over the parking spot. You parked in the spot. Sorry. It's a pet peeve when people win vacated titles. It was vacated. Who did you fight? January 30th, 2020. So he won this title a year ago from Michael Sislak. What? You haven't heard of Michael Sislak either? Come on, everybody. Jump in. Tabiso, who's 23-5 with 13 KOs, he hails from South Africa and is named The Rock. No relation to the real Rock. Became the WBC silver titleist. Way to go, Suleiman. That is really scraping the bottom for fucking sanctioning fees. With the unanimous decision over Denis Lebedev. What? You guys haven't heard of Denis Lebedev either? Come on, I'm hipping you up to the world of Don King these days. Jump on it. And he did that December 21st, 2019. All right, quick. Let's do some quick math. Fighter number 2 hasn't fought in 2 years. Fighter number 1 hasn't fought in 1 year. They're fighting for no title, and Don King's the greatest promoter in the world. My answer is no, he's not. Final answer. I'm going with that. Let's check the board. Ding, 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 ding. Number 1 answer. Does anything need to be added to this? I mean, for personal amusement purposes, other than this is the fucking craziest press release out of Don.
It sounds very overseas.
You think?
The names sound very Hakuna Matata-ish.
It's Hakuna Matata.
And I'm thinking that
and I think
someone
Bob is worrying.
I think someone over there is going, it's going to be huge. We just got Don King to promote it in America. I think someone's really fucking blowing it wherever this fight card really got made. Because Don King isn't going to promote shit. This fight isn't going to do shit. That was a bad, that's, when you talk about scraping from the bottom, getting Don King to promote your fight is right up that avenue. Lee, he's fucking 90. Hey, that's what happened to him.
I mean, he's the same age, or if not older than fucking Bob.
Then Bob Arum, yes.
Older.
Oh, Bob, there you go. It's just they're up there.
Maybe.
Okay.
Don King, I could have swore Don King was here before Bob Arum, bro.
Oh no, Don King was here before running with the mob or something. I mean, no doubt. Yeah. I'm sure Don's older.
They're on their way out, is the point.
For the rest of your days, it's our
Don King Promotions!
He's 90 years old exactly. Don King has no business promoting anything. Nobody 90 years of age has any business promoting anything. This is the time you're supposed to relax and wait for that big guy upstairs or to come a-calling. That's
I'm knocking and be like, all right,
that's right. I want to wake up and have like 2 eggs and some bacon on my back porch when I'm 90. That's all I want to do. I don't
have to worry about putting on a fucking card.
Jeez almighty. And if he has that fucking jacket on, I'm pushing him over. I don't care if he's 90. Yeah. Someone needs to push him over and take the jacket. I'm done with the Don King jacket. If
he's got flags in his hands, I'm smacking the flags out of his hands.
I want money right now, Lee. Don King, you guys right now, will he be buried in the fucking jean coat?
Look, I want him to come out with a red, white, and blue walker.
It's too blinked
to be perfectly honest, I want the walker. Right? I want that little push cart thing that they have when you get really old, but I want a red, white, and blue one that matches his suit and his hair. Does that make me a sick person?
It's and he told me, like,
wait. I changed my mind.
Oh.
I want him to be wheeled out to the ring in the suit, but kind of hunched over and barely, there, but holding one little tiny American flag and waving it instead. And kind of
gonna be like
only in America.
You want like a Weekend at Bernie's kind of deal. Like it's not even alive.
That's even
they got the coat.
Yep.
They got
that's so much better.
They tie his shoelaces to their shoelaces and make
oh my god, that's so much better. He walks out.
Oh no.
Watching him out.
His kids are all
dead, and nobody knows he's dead. Everyone's like, hey Don. Everybody's waving. No one knows he's even dead.
And then his kids look into the camera. What? You didn't hear what he said? He said only in America. What do you think? That's what he said. You can hear it clearly. All
said it's
America.
magnanimous. It's
He
magnanimous.
said it.
Poor Don.
Poor Don. God, it would be great if he
He lived a good life. He lived a good life.
You know what? That one's going to make the running for titles for today. Don King has been dead for 10 years.
Weekend at Don King's.
A week. Well, it's not.
Oh, fucking awesome! That should be the type. That should be the name of their fight.
Man.
Okay,
this is why
I got it
it's
in the running, Miguel. We'll vote at the end of
Okay.
the show. There's quite a list growing for today.
Yikes. Okay.
Now, hurry! I gotta go, you guys. I gotta go.
Canelo vows to KO Plant. Does anybody have
Yeah.
any? It's just an update. We're a couple weeks away, Andrew. It's just going to be a quick go around. I don't think any of us have changed our position on this fight, to be perfectly honest. But my question would be, does anybody believe anything Caleb Plant has said over the last weeks of his training camp? Does he have any shot in hell of not getting steamrolled by Canelo? Or has anything over the past week and a half changed anybody's mind? To start with you, Andrew Labouche.
I think we should bring the Canelo motherfucker to the soundboard. And also De La Hoya's Tommy Hearns is the head of the zone.
I'll make sure
soundboard.
for. Hold on. Let me wait. Watch me.
Thank you.
Okay.
As for Caleb's plants of chances of dethroning the pound-for-pound champion, no, they have not changed, Lee. Pedigree is all Caleb Plant has going into this fight. He was born and raised here in America, the greatest boxing circuit in all of the planets.
I thought you were going to say pedigree like he was raised like veal to be sent to the slaughter to Canelo, but I like your way too.
That might be after the fight, but no, that's all we got going for him right now. So
Manufactured fighter, but hey, what do
he
I
needs
know?
to go.
I'm not
He
smart.
needs to go watch all those great tapes of all the great fighters that he says he is. He has the IQ of Floyd, the defense of Lara. He needs to go watch all of that shit and bring it all into one person on that night to try to defeat Canelo by his sucker punch ability during the press conference. Not too sure he's going to be able to land when Canelo knows he's going to throw a blow.
Miguel, anything you want to add for this fight that's now a couple of weeks away? Have you changed your position? Do you feel differently about the fight? We lost Miguel.
I'm going to say no then, that he hung up in disgust that she even asked that question.
I'm sure he's struggling right now with whatever technology he actually has. And this is always my favorite part of the show when Andrew says, I got to go. And then Miguel is already having technical issues where I think he's going to burst back any second while I'm stalling like a motherfucker to make it happen. And it's just not, like I feel Bob has to come back. What did you say, Bob? Put me on! There's somebody I can yell at. I'm sure, Bob. I'm sure there is. It's not hard. Miguel? Going live.
Yes.
Miguel.
Yes. Sorry.
There you are.
Hey!
There he is. Did you?
I heard Andrew
do you have
cutting in
any
and out, and I was
feelings
like, oh.
on possibly Caleb Plant having a Ice Cube's chance in hell in this fight? Like, I don't know, Canelo slipping on his way to the ring and breaking his neck.
I think the only chance Caleb has is to run, basically. Like, the exact same way that that he does before. He backpedals a lot. He throws his jabs, right? He's light on his feet. He never stays still. He doesn't really want to engage the same way Billy Joe Saunders did, basically. So that's his only chance to go 12 full rounds. Other than that, as far as him winning, no, I definitely don't see him winning the fight or even anything that comes out of his mouth talking about his legacy and all this shit. I don't believe that one bit. He's in for an ass whooping in a couple of weeks.
So you don't believe that he has the IQ of Floyd Mayweather, the defense of Eserlandi Lara, the punch output of
Speed of an eagle, the power strength of a bear. My God, he once tore a phone book in half.
I see him just saying that at like every house party he's ever at. Just his IBF title would still be on his shoulder. He's like, yeah, they'd say I have like the defense of Floyd and the boxing ability of Lara and shit. That's who I am. But it is funny that you said he must run and those are the fighters that he named himself after. So maybe he will channel some of those guys in on his big fight night.
He's dumbass white
self-preservation. That's what he's in there for. He's going to be in there to collect the check and make sure he doesn't walk out of there with one less eye, basically.
Yeah, right. Because that seems to happen in fights with Canelo now. You lose
Canelo's eye. I broke his face. Yeah, I felt it.
Yeah.
I broke it.
I felt it on my face too.
You're cherry picking your fighters, Canelo. I don't want to say anything. You picked the lightest, easiest division to get all your titles in, but apparently your fans eat it up. But whatever. A couple of injury updates. You remember Dillian Whyte, the most fucked man in boxing?
Oh.
He was going to fight Otto Wallen in a couple of weeks, and he's hurt. And following his complete, utter ass fucking of never being able to cash in on the WBC #1 ring contender. Because if you don't know this, the Fury camp, Tyson Fury has actually said that Joe Joyce is the toughest fight out there that he's afraid of. And the minute I read the article, I went, Jesus Christ, Tyson Fury is going to fight Joe Joyce next. Not even Dillian Whyte. I mean, that is so fucked up for Dillian Whyte. I don't even know where to begin on the topic.
No, but he might get the fight with Fury, Lee.
You are way more optimistic than I am. His family.
No, isn't that why he's calling this bogus injury?
You think that's what's happening? I think, knowing what I know about Dillian Whyte and his just complete piss ass bad luck, right? I mean, I have never in the history of boxing, okay, Sergio Martinez maybe Sergio Martinez and the chase after Chavez Jr. is probably...
Even Sergio got his shot eventually.
But yeah, right? Right? I mean, he was still on a bad wheel and he was at the end of his career, but he still got his shot and he was able to win the championship. But fuck, I feel like Dillian Whyte's going to be like a 60-year-old picking up a fight against a 100-year-old Evander Holyfield on a Triller card 10 years down the road. I mean,
yeah, no, Lee. So what happened? What happened was when Joshua exercised the rematch clause to Usyk, that made Dillian Whyte the absolute mandatory now to Tyson Fury. Fury cannot move forward. The only way Fury could move forward from Dillian Whyte was if he signed to fight Usyk.
Yeah,
so
well, he thinks Joe Joyce is his next fight because that's
fine.
Fight.
But he'll be stripped if he doesn't, because Suleiman already said now that Usyk and Joshua are fighting, it's Whyte versus Fury. Whyte pulled out of the fight with Wallen.
Which is still fucked up too. If you guys are wondering, oh, so great that he's getting his fight. No, you should have fought Deontay Wilder 10 years ago based on my math.
Of course, no, that's true. But he's getting his shot, man.
Oh, yeah.
So now he needs to make the most of it.
Got his ethics when he's no longer when the belt changed hands. Miguel, anything about Dillian Whyte?
I did read something. I think it was from Valeen's side talking about how like there's no way. What was it? They wanted some sort of stipulation or something regarding Dillian. If Dillian comes back, he has to fight Valeen before he fights Fury or something. I think something along those lines. I thought I read something like that.
Does he have to fight a Fury? Because we've got more Furies
right.
that we can throw into the ring.
The WBC champ is the Fury that I'm referring to.
Oh, big difference.
But yes, something about
Usyk,
that.
the rematch is happening, you guys. That's what made this all work.
Right,
That's what
but it was like something about like what's his name, Whyte. Like when he comes back from his injury, he doesn't just forget about this fight and goes on to whoever fucking fights or whatever WBC champion is at the time. Something along those lines. Like no, he still has to come through me, sort of deal.
Yeah, nobody has
Otis
to go through
Wallen's
Otto.
Fucking nobody.
I go back to the interview with Otto. Nobody's coming through you, Otto.
That's right.
You're going back to wherever it is, the Netherlands or whatever white place with snow.
Until they call him. Hey, he got his call. He did what you guys wanted. He went back, held his I guess record together, and he got his phone call. He'll get that call again.
When a punching bag is needed, he'll be there.
That's
hey,
right.
Josh Taylor got hurt too.
Oh.
Undisputed junior welterweight champion Josh Taylor had a title defense coming up against Jack Cantrell. What? You've never heard of Jack Cantrell either? People, keep up on this show. Originally scheduled for December 18th at the OVO Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland, has been postponed till February 26th at the same venue due to a knee injury with Taylor. Said Taylor, I'm starting to eat Mexican beef to help repair my knee, and I should be ready in time for the February 26th fight. I would like to thank, wait, let me read it correctly. I would like to thank Canelo Alvarez for suggesting the Butcher.
and the Reynosos. And the Reynosos.
Shit. Nothing says I'm doing steroids like taking a couple of months off for a knee injury. So, all right. I'll start with you this time, Miguel. Are we going to see Josh ever defend this title and or defend it against anybody credible, for that matter?
I mean, honestly, I don't think so. I think he's gonna once he gets the shot, like a big money payday at 147, he's gonna drop the 140 titles in a fucking flash in a second. The second he gets that call for moving up to 147, you best believe he's gonna do it. I would love for him to stay at 140, and it's one thing to what he did was something that was special, right? Combine or unify all the 4 titles in a 4-title era. It's a big deal, but you got to defend the belt too, right? That comes with a fucking territory, but apparently that doesn't seem to be the case here. I'm anticipating him eventually or very soon moving up to 147. I don't even think he's going to defend his titles at 140 like ever.
Andrew.
I mean, listen, this Josh Taylor can do whatever he wants. He's the undisputed champion at 140. He beat Jose Ramirez in a very impressive fashion to put a cap on that division, put a stamp on it, if you would say. Regis Prograis, undefeated when he beat him. Matter of fact, he has like 5 undefeated fighters in a row, some bullshit like that. And the opponent he was going to defend the titles against was undefeated again. That Josh Taylor can do whatever he wants. He could give up the belts. He can move up. He could stay there. He's the king at that division. I mean, seriously, he owns the junior welterweight division. He is a major threat if he goes to the welterweights. He's undefeated. He's from the UK. He's a big name, big ticket seller, and he's proven it. I mean, 4 or 5 undefeated fighters in a row, man. And Prograis and Ramirez, they were prospects of being future stars in this sport. Now Prograis is signed to Richard Schaefer, and Ramirez is I don't know what the hell Ramirez is doing, but both of those guys lost their undefeated records to this guy Taylor, Josh Taylor. So I'm a big fan of Taylor's. I don't care where he goes. It's sad that he got injured, it don't really matter where he goes. I hope he stays there actually and starts picking up.
That's what I'm saying. Defense
come up,
right?
Yeah.
Defend them titles against those who's coming up. Fuck yeah! I really like he's gonna hop
titles. And then you wait for Ryan, Devin, Telefimo. All these guys are coming. They always talk about it, so you know they're coming.
Yep, those are all stars that he can, maybe potentially beat. Stay at 140.
Could you imagine Josh Taylor's career with their names attached? If he's, it's a huge career if he can get some of these guys to come up. The UK, they don't have fighters like this. You know what I mean? Most of the time, their guys make noise. They come to America, they get their ass kicked. And Taylor, he changed it on us. He took 2 titles out of our country, and he looked very impressive doing it, especially that Ramirez fight, man. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, especially like Teofimo. Imagine like Teofimo, because we're another top rank guy. Wait around until Teofimo comes up. Then we got ourselves. Even if Teofimo is able to stay undefeated, imagine that. If he stays undefeated, then moves up to 140 and faces Taylor, that will be a badass scrap. I definitely hope that Taylor stays at 140.
Yep.
Which takes us to the weekend. And let's talk about it quickly because apparently Top Rank's got its print everywhere with ESPN Plus. Friday night in Montreal, Oscar Rivas takes on Ryan Rosiski for the Bacon WBC Bridgerweight title. Okay, without looking it up, does anybody know what a Bridgerweight is?
Yes.
Go for it, Andrew.
That is the brother. He was a little boy who seen his sister being attacked, mauled by a dog. And he said no, and he jumped in the middle and fought that dog, and the dog fucked him up, fucked up his face. But the little kid saved his sister, so Suleiman said, I will make a title after him.
Okay, but what okay. I thought that was just a completely...
Is that the story?
Wait, hold on. First of all, I didn't know
and the boy's name is Bridger, to my knowledge.
Okay, so it is. All right, thank God. I was like, I hope that's the one.
That's an intricate ass story to make that shit up.
I know. I might have just been high in the backyard, you guys. I don't know. Did that shit happen? Did it happen?
Like I heard it on the TV in the background,
Bridger
something like that.
weight.
I don't know.
Does anybody know what the actual weight class for Bridger weight is?
I assume between cruiser and heavy. I have no fucking clue though.
Okay.
Like I don't even know
That's
what the
what
limit
I
is.
thought when I read it. That's what I thought when I read it, right? Like this is some wacky gap weight title, and Andrew just told the craziest fucking story about a dog and a child and a woo. I felt high listening to that story, Andrew, to be perfectly honest.
Damn
October Friday.
The only thing that came up was Teddy Bridgewater. Shit. I hope this little kid's around.
Oh, funnier. Right. Okay, I like that. And people are going, who's Teddy Bridgewater? You obviously don't follow football, but it was a funny joke. On Saturday, October 23rd, from Atlanta, Jamal, one of the fucking Herrings. I don't know. Are they twins or are they not twins? Are these the twins or not the twins? And why do I always think that there's a Jamal as compared to Jamel Herring? There really isn't. But for some reason in my head, I keep doing this joke every chance I get with Jamel Herring. And to me, it's almost hysterical at this point that I think there's a Jamal Herring, which there isn't. I just thought I'd say it out loud. But Herring is fighting Stevenson in what I probably assume will be a snoozer of a fight. I mean, I got to be honest. I mean, Bob's all over. Don't sleep on Shakur Stevenson. He's a he's an up-and-comer. He's going to get the WBO title. I've already paid for it. That's what I assume, the way they blow Shakur every chance they get, right? So does Herring have a shot here, Andrew?
Of course,
Jamal
yes.
or Jamel?
Jamal, yes, of course, Jamal Herring has a shot. Stevenson's young. Herring's experienced. Might be stronger at this point in their career. So yeah, no, this is an excellent fight. Definitely. This is Saturday night. This fight is happening.
Yep, this weekend.
Hell yeah. Man, where has the promoting been during the week?
Not at all. Look, dude, there was a fight in San Diego that one of the fighters didn't find out about until about 3 or 4 weeks before his fight. All right. So I don't know what's going on at Top Rank, and I don't want to ask when I'm there. All right. I just don't ask questions. I just sit quietly in my seat while, Killian makes all the noise and I got a ticket. All right, cool. I don't have a ticket. I got a lanyard and I got to shut up.
Yeah, that's really, I was just talking to someone today and we were saying what's the next fight? I said, I know it's Stevenson Herring, but I don't know when it is. And now you're telling me it's Saturday and I didn't even know that. That's fucking sad. I don't know what's going on with Top Rank, man, but that's pretty bad because Stevenson's a young star, right? You'd think they'd put a little bit more promotions into fight week. This is fight week.
Andrew, San Diego was sold out. And it was wall-to-wall human beings. I shit you not. They didn't announce it locally. And I actually tweeted this. This is a legit fact that I actually did the homework on. Here are the last 4 fights currently, main events for the San Diego Sports Arena. Muhammad Ali, did they bring that up at all when you guys watched the telecast on the San Diego card? Terry Norris.
I saw the Spanish one, so I didn't see that.
Terry Norris is next. Here's one that they're not going to say. Lee Honish. And then Navarrete. That's fun fact. Come on, everyone, get behind it. Hashtag Lee too. That was a good joke.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Miguel, pick your fighter for this Saturday. Who you like?
I mean, the smart money is on Shakur. I thought because of these guys' past, being compadres, these guys were cool with one another. I thought, you know what, there was going to be a point where Shakur's going to move up and Herring is going to drop the belt and then move up himself, leaving the belt vacant for Shakur. I thought that was kind of the plan, but apparently Shakur or Herring, stayed at 130 and is going to, hang on and defend that belt against Shakur. And things have gotten a little personal with some of the smack talk that was taking place at a recent press conference. So I think. I feel like the smart money is on Shakur. He is the up and coming dude, but I mean, damn, Herring is no joke. We saw what he did to fucking Frampton recently. So it's just like, man, he's just got so much experience. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I think Herring is gonna pull off the upset. I think he's going to be the monkey wrench. Oh, geez.
There you guys go. That's Fight Net Radio. That's 2 hours. You should be thankful. Let's come up with the title for this show for everybody listening while we tell you to go to fightnetradio.media. Here, the boys get to vote on which title for the show that they like. And we'll get through it real quick. Everybody get out your pad and pen if you want to play along at home. Title number 1, Weekend at Don King's. Number 2, win-win equals win-win for Wilder. Number 3, thanks to Andrew, Bob Arum is losing his shit. My personal favorite, my dick is longer than his T-Rex arms. Mikey Garcia threw the fight. Strong one, Andrew. Call me Sandor. I threw that one in just because I like the dude's name. Call me Sandor. And my other vote. Bob Arum's Get 'em While They're Young. Miguel, which title would you like?
That's a tough one. There's a lot of options. And, when you have too many options, sometimes it makes it even harder to make a decision. I can't.
It's like going to a buffet. It's like a Chinese buffet.
It is. It's like you see all these things in front of you, and you're like, "Damn, I want to eat them all." And I just can't. I'm gonna have to go with Haney's tweet about his dick being bigger than fucking Gervonta's.
It's really strong.
That just
smile
shoots up to the top of the list. Much pun intended. It shoots up to the top of the list.
My dick is longer than his T-Rex arms. Jesus, that's a strong title. Andrew, which title do you like? Did I lose Andrew already?
Oh, did we lose him?
I think we lost Andrew. I think that's the text we got. Hold on, let's see. I feel like he said I gotta go and just sent it.
Whoops.
Wow, he's sending pictures of kids with bruises. This is the most fucked up shit of all time.
Oh, this is the kid whose belt the net's going to be named after. That's what he's trying to...
Oh, I was hoping it was a boxing thing. Okay.
Oh, that would have made sense.
I guess we lost Andrew.
Yeah.
So we get to get drunk on the plane and everybody. All right. So we're gonna go with my dick is longer than his T-Rex arms.
I gotta go with that. Yeah.
Strong title. Hey everybody, go to fightnetradio.media. That's our homepage. We really appreciate it. Enjoy boxing this weekend. We will do our best to make a show this weekend. I don't have a lot to say on that topic, actually.
We'll make it happen somehow.
Try. But for all of you, a good boxing weekend. Enjoy the fight on Saturday night. Go to our website. Follow us on Facebook. Check out me and Miguel on Instagram. We appreciate you all.